Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Government House. My name is Hugh Boreham, and I'm the Governor's Official Secretary and the Master of Ceremonies today. This is the second of 5 ceremonies to present the Australia Day honours, most of which were announced on the Australia Day holiday earlier this year. As we start, could I please ask you to make sure your mobile phones are turned to silent? We do ask there's no photography during the ceremony, but there's plenty of opportunity after it, including in this room, to take photographs. The event is being live streamed and sometime later today will appear on our website as a archival webcast, so you can watch it again then. Before we start, can I ask you please to join me in thanking the 1027th Battalion Royal South Australian Regiment Band. I will now announce the official party supporting today's ceremonies. They are the Honourable Peter Malinauskas, Premier of South Australia, the Honourable Michelle Lensink, representing the Leader of the Opposition, Commander Rebecca Wilson, Commanding Officer, HMAS Encounter, Brigadier Don Hogben, Army Area Representative, South Australia, Air Commodore Grant Fifield, Commander Air Warfare Centre, Royal Australian Air Force, Edinburgh, and Commissioner Grant Stevens, Commissioner of Police. Can I now ask you, please, if you are able to be upstanding for the arrival of Her Excellency the Governor and Mr Bunton, and remain standing for the playing of the Vice-Regal Salute.
Please be seated, everyone. I'm going to start in the way I always do on Kaurna country with an acknowledgement in language. Kaurna, Bogana Alia, Kaurna Miana Alia, Yaichi Miana Alia, Kumatana, Yartananko. Nyatuna Tampandi, Kaurna Miana, Yaichi Atamatana, Pukininanku, Yalaka, Takarecha. I acknowledge and pay my respects to Aboriginal people, whether from Kaurna country or other lands and regions, and I also acknowledge the Kaurna as the traditional owners from the past, today and into the future. Now, welcome everyone to Government House for this very special ceremony today. I know some of you will have been before, some of you will know the place very well indeed. For some of you though, it may be your very first time. Rod and I have always taken the view that this is a house and gardens for all South Australians, so we really hope you'll have an enjoyable day. Let me really begin by congratulating those I'm about to invest either with awards in the Order of Australia or Australian Bravery decorations. Not all of you may have looked at your programs, but please be aware that we are making a number of awards today under the Bravery category, and that is always quite a, well, I think an emotional experience for everyone in the room. I just warn you about that first up. But we are congratulating a group of people who've either given outstanding service or whose achievements have been exceptional or who have shown great bravery. That's what the Order of Australia is all about. For those of you who are here in support, I know you've come really to support one person, someone you love or know very well, and someone who may not have even been able to do what they did without your support. But in the course of the ceremony, you'll also come to understand what others have done. And all of that adds up to something, I think, pretty extraordinary. And when we celebrate extraordinary things in this state, we do it in a particular way. We often do it in the presence of the Premier, and I want to thank the Premier for joining us today. The Leader of the Opposition is also represented by the Honourable Michelle Lensink. Of course, we have the Service and SafePol Chiefs, and I want to mention Antonietta Cocchiaro, who is here as a Order of Australia medal recipient herself, representing the Chair of the Order of Australia Association in South Australia. One other thing to add is, of course, it's extraordinary, none of the recipients today has sought recognition. In fact, many of them have tried quite hard to avoid recognition. They are here, though, because they've either been nominated, in the case of service representatives or SAPOL, by obviously the leaders of those organisations, but in most cases, recipients of awards in the Order of Australia are nominated by another Australian. And I really want to encourage all of you, as you leave, and you'll leave, I hope, with an uplifted feeling, to think about who you might nominate or who you might encourage others to nominate, because there are many other South Australians worthy of this sort of recognition. And my final request is to recipients, please wear your awards, wear your medals, wear your miniatures, wear your pins. Those of you in the Defence Force, or not in the Defence Force today, actually one in the Defence Force, but SAPOL know exactly how to do that, and you just do it. But for ordinary members of the community, if I can put it that way, those who don't wear uniforms, please do wear your pin with pride. I wear mine pretty much every day, other than when I'm in the garden. I wear this medal on days like today, and I wear miniatures with evening wear where it's described as being appropriate. So please, next time I see you, I'd love to be able to say, great to see you wearing your pin. Please do wear it with pride. It encourages others to ask you what it was for. It encourages others to wear it. Now, with all of that, Official Secretary, let's get started.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, the following recipients have been appointed a member in the General Division of the Order of Australia. Mr. Roger James Lang is recognised for significant service to the community through charitable organisations. For many years, Mr. Lang has been one of South Australia's most generous and committed philanthropists. In 2011, he co-founded the Lang Family Foundation, a private ancillary fund dedicated to supporting South Australian communities. The Foundation's giving has focused on people experiencing poverty and disadvantage, the creative arts, regional communities and environmental protection, highlighting an underlying passion for volunteer-based organisations that quietly care for those around them. Mr. Lang's commitment to the arts has been especially enduring, with sustained support for the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra, the Art Gallery of South Australia, the Adelaide Festival, Musica Viva, the Helpman Academy, Windmill Theatre, Karklu and Eucharia. He has also championed conservation through the South Australian Friends of the Osprey and the Quorn Native Flora Reserve. A former president and life member of the Rotary Club of Norwood, Mr. Lang was awarded the prestigious Arch Clump Award by Rotary International and holds a Paul Harris Fellowship, honours which recognise outstanding service to the community. Roger's philanthropy is defined not by public acclaim, but by a genuine belief in the power of community and a lifetime of acting upon it. Mr. Roger James Lang. Mr. Geoffrey Colin Tattersall is recognised for significant service to veterans and to community health. For more than 4 decades, Mr. Tattersall has made a sustained and wide-ranging contribution to veterans' welfare, community health, emergency services and the not-for-profit sector. Through his long involvement with the RSL South Australian branch, Mr. Tattersall has played an important role in strengthening financial oversight and the organisation's governance. He has served as a Director of RSL Care South Australia since 2016, helping to guide the organisation's strategic direction and ensuring the delivery of high-quality residential aged care services for veterans. As Chief Executive Officer of the South Australian War Veterans Home, Mr Tattersall was responsible for the delivery of residential aged care services to veterans, directly supporting their health, dignity and well-being. Through the Veterans Health Advisory Council, Mr Tattersall contributed to policy advice on veterans' health needs, linking lived experience with health system planning. His broader health leadership roles across SA Health, including Chief Executive of the Noarlunga Health Services and the Repatriation General Hospital, reflect a sustained contribution to the management and improvement of public health. As a founding volunteer of the Operation Flinders Foundation, Mr Tattersall has also been central to the organisation's delivery of outdoor diversionary and resilience programs for young people. Mr Geoffrey Colin Tattersall. Your Excellency, the following recipient has been awarded the Conspicuous Service Cross. Group Captain Lucas Ricciardi is recognised for outstanding achievement as Commanding Officer of Air Warfare Engineering Squadron, Air Warfare Centre. Group Captain Ricciardi served his squadron with distinction by developing new risk characterisation methods for weaponised uncrewed air systems. These systems enable capabilities to be more rapidly tested and then introduced into operational service. Uncrewed aircraft have a wide range of defence applications, including surveillance, logistics and warfighting. Group Captain Ricciardi led a team of professional engineers to characterise, at a greater speed than before, areas of land or sea which might be at risk during the testing of weaponised uncrewed air systems. His efforts enabled the ADF to minimise the impact on and maximise the safety of people who live or work on land adjacent to ADF test sites. He further supported ADF capability by collaborating with United States Air Force peers to improve the speed and effectiveness by which both organisations assess the risk associated with putting new weapons onto military aircraft. Promoted to Group Captain in January this year, he has served 24 years in the military. Group Captain Lucas Ricciardi. Your Excellency, the following recipients have been awarded the Australian Police Medal. Senior Sergeant First Class Colleen Jane Hilditch is recognised for distinguished service as a member of an Australian police force. Throughout her more than 3 decades at SAPOL, Senior Sergeant First Class Hilditch has demonstrated exceptional leadership and exemplary service. This was particularly evident during Recruit 313, a SAPOL recruitment program from 2016 to 18, and during the COVID-19 pandemic. Highly regarded and respected, she is a valued manager whose unwavering focus, agility, stewardship and commitment to the development of recruits is now evident during SAPOL's current period of high recruitment. First gaining experience working in operations and crime scene investigation, she joined the Community Programs Unit in 2003 as the Youth and Community Officer at Port Adelaide, delivering a range of sustainable engagement programs. In 2009, she transferred to the then State Crime Prevention Branch as the Crime Prevention Supervisor. She has also contributed significantly to Blue Light SA in leadership roles. In 2013, she commenced as a supervisory trainer at the SA Police Academy and played a pivotal role in the design and implementation of strategic training that evolved from the Equal Opportunity Commission review. Most significant is her commitment to the mentoring, training and management of recruits undertaking the Constable Development Program. Her significant contribution to the development of recruits will leave a lasting legacy. Senior Sergeant First Class Colleen Jane Hilditch. Chief Superintendent Stephen Hardman Howard is recognised for distinguished service as a member of an Australian police force. While serving as the officer in charge of the Firearms Branch, Chief Superintendent Howard was integral to achieving legislative reform about the sale and possession of gel blasters, toy guns which shoot water beads in a similar fashion to paintball guns. Chief Superintendent Howard was instrumental in developing policy and processes to address the approximately 62,000 gel blasters owned in South Australia, thereby enhancing community safety. As Chief Superintendent and Officer in charge of the People, Culture and Wellbeing Coordination Branch, his knowledge of the challenging global and national labour market has been crucial in delivering the Accelerate Recruitment strategy in SAPOL. His 36-year career has also included general patrol, operational postings, corporate reviews and project work. He has reviewed and re-engineered processes supporting DNA management and has reviewed the process of charging offenders in magistrate court cases with a view to increasing the rate of successful prosecutions. He has also undertaken roles including Officer in Charge of the Investigational Assurance Section and Chief of Staff to the Commissioner of Police. Chief Superintendent Stephen Hardman Howard. Assistant Commissioner Stuart Vaughan McLean is recognised for distinguished service as a member of an Australian police force. In all aspects of his 37-year SAPOL career, Assistant Commissioner McLean has made a significant contribution to the safety of the South Australian community. Assistant Commissioner since 2022, he has served as the Executive Leader of SAPOL's Security and Emergency Management Service and as Team Leader coordinating support to the Royal Commission into Domestic, Family and Sexual Violence. He was central to SAPOL's contribution to Adelaide's bid for the United Nations COP31 conference, demonstrating strategic leadership and expertise on the capability and resource requirements for what would have been the most complex international event ever held in South Australia. During the pandemic, Assistant Commissioner McLean was seconded to SA Health to establish the command and control function and coordination of the response to the pandemic. On return to SAPOL, he coordinated the frontline COVID operations across regional South Australia and was later appointed as the COVID-19 response coordinator, directly supporting the Commissioner in his role as State Coordinator. In addition to his operational SAPOL duties, Assistant Commissioner McLean's community commitment has extended to the Australian Air Force Reserves, in which capacity he has served as an honorary aide-de-camp to multiple governors of South Australia, including Her Excellency. Assistant Commissioner Stuart Vaughan McLean. Your Excellency, the following recipient has been awarded the Bravery Medal. Ms. Tyra Jade Johnson displayed considerable bravery by her actions after an incident in Alban Vale, Victoria on 14 March 2022. At approximately 5:20 p.m, Ms. Johnson was at home with her siblings when her stepfather poured petrol on her mother in the lounge room and kitchen, then setting all alight. Ms. Johnson, in the kitchen at the time, was caught in the flames and suffered severe burns to her legs and lower torso. She fled the house through the rear door and used water to extinguish the flames on her. She then ran around to the side of the house to the outside of her bedroom, forced open a window and re-entered the burning house to retrieve her 2-year-old stepbrother. She handed her stepbrother over a fence to another sibling before climbing over the fence herself. Emergency services arrived shortly thereafter, but tragically, her mother died. For her actions, Ms. Johnson demonstrated considerable bravery. Ms. Tyra Jade Johnson. Your Excellency, the following recipients have been awarded the medal in the General Division of the Order of Australia. Dr. Lainey Lee Anderson is recognised for service to community history. A long-time journalist, author and historian, Dr. Anderson has made South Australian history more widely accessible through her compelling writing and wider contributions. Her debut historical novel celebrates the South Australian Smith brothers' epic 1919 flight from England in the historic Vickers Bimini Plain, winning the Great Air Race and charting a pioneering route around the world. This followed her extensive research as a Churchill Fellow, travelling to many places along the route to gauge the significance of the flight. Dr. Anderson was an ambassador and coordinator in the campaign to relocate the aircraft to Adelaide Airport, where it now sits in a purpose-built facility within the terminal. Dr. Anderson has written 2 other novels on the exploits of Adelaide's Kate Cox. In the early 1900s, she was the first policewoman in the British Empire employed with the same salary and powers of arrest as male officers. Dr. Anderson has also contributed her expertise as a member of the Executive Committee of the History Council, the Federation of Australian Historical Societies, and the History Trust of South Australia. Her wider community commitment has included volunteer media advisor and spokesperson for the Voluntary Assisted Dying, ambassador for the Hutt Street Centre, and board member of Reconciliation SA and the Catherine House Trust. Dr. Lainey Lee Anderson. The late Mr. William John Quinlan Watson is recognised for service to the community of Robe. The award will be accepted by his daughters, Ms. Kirsty Quinlan Watson and Mrs. Katrina Wilson. Across a lifetime of service, the late Mr. Quinlan Watson was a steadfast guardian of Robe's heritage, its coastline, and the close-knit community at its heart. Serving on the District Council of Robe, including 3 terms as chairman, Mr. Quinlan Watson championed the protection of natural assets such as the Long Beach dunes and historic landmarks, most notably the Robe Customs House Maritime Museum. His vision shaped the town's character through thoughtful beautification, introducing cobbled streets, underground power, and gas lanterns that honour its history. Mr. Quinlan Watson was instrumental in securing the Robe Medical Centre, ensuring essential healthcare for residents, and played a central role in protecting the town's cultural legacy. Deeply committed to community life, he also supported local sport and culture through leadership roles with the Robe Yacht Club, Golf Club, and Football Club. His broader contributions extended to education, health, and regional industry through service with Seymour College, local hospitals, the Limestone Coast Grape and Wine Council, and the Country Fire Service. The late Mr. William John Quinlan Watson. Your Excellency, the following recipients have been awarded the Commendation for Brave Conduct. Sergeant Gregory John Bleeden and Detective Sergeant Bradley Dan Golpin are commended for brave conduct for their actions during the rescue of a child from a burning building in Paralawi on 18th of May 2019. At 12:30 a.m, Sergeant Bleeden, then Brevet Sergeant, and Detective Sergeant Golpin, also then a Brevet Sergeant, attended a house fire with other officers and were advised by a neighbour that a woman and a 5-year-old son were still inside. As the fire was blocking access to the front entrance, the two officers, accompanied by a third, gained access to the rear of the property where they heard the cries of the child. They entered the residence but were forced to withdraw due to heat and smoke. Detective Sergeant Golpin and Sergeant Bleeden looked for an alternative entrance and smashed a window to gain access. They entered on their hands and knees to locate the woman and child. The structure of the house started deteriorating and parts of the ceiling and structure collapsed. Detective Sergeant Golpin and Sergeant Bleeden were forced to withdraw and exit as the other half of the house was blocked by debris. Detective Sergeant Golpin assisted Sergeant Bleeden to exit due to smoke insulation and a laceration to his arm. The Metropolitan Fire Service arrived. The 5-year-old child was located and removed from the house, but sadly the woman could not be saved. By their actions, Sergeant Bleeden and Detective Sergeant Golpin demonstrated considerable bravery. Mr. Michael David Napper is commended for brave conduct for his actions during the retrieval of a father and daughter from rough seas at Grange on the 20th of January 2022. In the morning, Mr. Napper noticed a young girl on an inflatable being blown out to sea and her father heading out to rescue her. The girl's father reached his daughter approximately 100 metres from the shore. Mr. Napper witnessed the little girl jump from the ring into her father's arms. Due to the depth and condition of the water, the father was, however, struggling to stay afloat. Mr. Napper swam out with his granddaughter's skimboard. When he reached them, the young girl was crying as her father was struggling to hold her above the water. Mr. Napper put the girl onto the skimboard and turned the unconscious father onto his back. Using one arm to steer the girl on the board with the lead and hold the father afloat, he swam back to shore where he was assisted by other bystanders. Sadly, the father was unable to be resuscitated. By his actions, Mr. Napper displayed considerable bravery. Mr. Michael David Napper. Mr. Gethin Timothy Singleton is commended for brave conduct for his actions rescuing a man from dangerous waters at Wetpinga Beach on the 15th of January 2019. At approximately 12:30 p.m, Mr. Singleton was surfing at Wetpinga when he saw a man struggling to stay afloat. Mr. Singleton paddled to the man, who was approximately 800 metres offshore when he reached him. The man spoke very little English and was unable to understand Mr. Singleton's instructions as he tried to get him onto his surfboard. Due to the size of the swell, the surfboard capsized. Mr. Singleton, holding the surfboard with one arm, propelled the board with his legs and one arm towards the shore. Approximately 150 metres from the shore, both were knocked off the surfboard by a wave. Mr. Singleton signalled to the man to hold on to his feet while he paddled to the shore. After about 40 minutes from the commencement of the rescue, Mr. Singleton brought the man to shore. Mr. Singleton realised another man was missing in the water, so he went back out to search for him until Polair Search and Sea Rescue arrived a short time later. By his actions, Mr. Singleton demonstrated considerable bravery. Mr. Gethin Timothy Singleton. Your Excellency, that concludes the presentations for this morning.
Thank you, Official Secretary. Look, I'm sure you can all agree that was quite something. It's why I wanted to warn you at the beginning. We talk about extraordinary, and this morning we've seen some of the very many different ways that people can be extraordinary. Sometimes it's over a lifetime, sometimes it's when they're still relatively young, sometimes it's all defined in an instant, almost without thinking. But we honour you all today, and I ask you all, please, to join together one last time to offer our congratulations and indeed our admiration.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, can I ask you please to be upstanding for the departure of Her Excellency Mr. Bunton and the official party. Can I please ask the recipients to remain in the room for the official photograph and guests to join Her Excellency and Mr. Bunton in the drawing rooms for morning tea. Thank you very much.